Today I'm trying a couple of snacks from a brand that I haven't tried previously. Trophi or trophi is a Greek word meaning food, and my wife saw these in the supermarket and thought, why don't I try them on here? We have first up Halva or Halva, apologies if mispronounced, with vanilla flavour. Now this is one of those foods which has variations in different parts of the world, but this brand is one in which the snacks are made in Greece, and so it is the Greek variation of it. So this says that it is a sweet made of roast ground sesame seeds and glucose syrup with vanilla flavour. Let's try it. Right, let's take this out. Wow, that's not what I was expecting. So we've got the foil on the top, and there it is inside there. Before we dig in, let's read what it says on the back here. It says, handmade in traditional copper pots using an honoured family recipe, this rich, nutty, sweet halva is far more than just a treat. While it's perfect enjoyed on its own or with a cup of coffee, it's also delicious swirled into cakes or brownies, crumbled over ice cream or yogurt, or blended into smoothies and spreads. I can see that. I just thought I'd read the back there because I was a little bit confused as to what it was. I was like, is this like crumbs or is this solid? And actually it is solid, very much so. So how do I get this out? I'm going to try and I'm going to take a bit off the end here if I can. Oh, very easy to do, but quite crumbly on the inside. Too crumbly? No. Feels like it's going to be fairly soft despite its hard outer edge. That is one of the nuttiest things I've ever tasted, I think. Although, am I tasting the nut or am I tasting the vanilla? I think the vanilla in that is really strong. But I'm also getting the nuttiness. Now that I think about it and that I give my palate more time to adapt, that's a very strong vanilla flavour, and I can see why you would serve it with other things, you know. And I agree, great with coffee. I think that would really complement it. The sort of, I don't know, bitterness of the coffee with that would work quite well. And I can see how that would also be an accompaniment on cakes and in smoothies as an extra flavour, because yeah, that is a very strong vanilla flavour with a nutty edge. As I say, this is quite hard but not sort of crispy, and if I just undo that, yeah, that comes apart quite easily. Felt like it was going to be quite dry as well, and in actual fact you don't get that. It's a bit sort of, yeah, it sticks to your teeth a little bit, and that sweetness from the vanilla is quite heavy, as I say. It's not crispy, but despite everything it does dissolve in the mouth. Am I making sense here? This is what happens when I try something that's completely new to me, and one of the reasons why I love doing this channel, because trying different stuff, you know, different cuisines and snacks and things from across the world is just fascinating, because this is actually gluten-free. I mean, the ingredients on the back here say it's 50% sesame seeds, which will also account for that flavour. The glucose syrup, which gives it its sweetness there. Partially hydrogenated vegetable oil or palm. There's a couple of other things in there, but yeah, it's It's a gluten-free thing, and it's quite nice. A little bit sweet for me, I think. Very over vanilla-y, very sort of, as I say, sweet. The sesame seeds would be giving it that flavour as well. I do love sesame seeds though. Like, I eat sesame snaps on a regular basis, and now that I think about it, that does have a very similar flavour. The texture is pretty cool with other things. Would be a nice accompaniment, I think. I can't say anything more than that. I'm just going to eat this piece. This is what the rest of it looks like close up, which is really cool. There's quite a bit in there, look, because I just took this bit off, and you've got all this left to do whatever you like with in smoothies and as an accompaniment. I'm probably going to leave the rest of this to my family and see what they think of it. So let's move on to this one, which is labelled as Handmade Greek Delight. Now I must say, when I saw this picture, it instantly made me think of Turkish Delight. Did a little bit of research. It is pretty much the same thing. I believe that the Turkish variation came before the Greek one or something like that. But this is the version from Greece, and it says here Greek Delight, or Loukoumi, apologies for the mispronunciation, that is the word that they use for it, is delicious on its own as a sweet treat or as an accompaniment to cheese boards. Rose flavour jelly sweets dusted in icing sugar. Now it says on here that the pack contains approximately 5 servings. A serving is approximately 3 sweets. So I'm going to try 3 sweets when I can get it open. And once more, it's in one of these packets. This seems to be something which this brand do. So let's peel off the film once again. Comes off relatively easily. And yeah, there we are. The Loukoumi. Very thick in icing sugar there. Admittedly, it's been a while since I had the Turkish Delight, but I think that might be softer than what I've had previously. I think it does vary on the manufacturer, but that might be softer. There's more sugar on the top as well, but once you get past that sort of layer of the icing sugar there, you get a really strong rose flavour, which is really nice. And yeah, I could imagine that going with cheese or like other things. It's very, well, because it's rose flavour, it's very floral. You know, it's sort of off the beaten track. It's not 100% sugar while feeling like 100% sugar. Let's have a look at the ingredients on here. So what have we got? Sugar, glucose syrup, maize starch, acidity regulator, citric acid, flavourings, colour, and carmines. So yeah, not too many ingredients in there, but you've got that sweetness. But there's just something about that rose flavour, which is just unique, isn't it, really? I was going to bite into it then to show you, but then, I don't know, it just looked really enticing. Now the thing with this is, if you look in here, look at all that icing sugar that's in there. That almost becomes a waste at the end, doesn't it? I think so anyway, because once you've eaten these, you know, you're going to put it on your cake or whatever. I'm not quite sure about that. So there is what they look like on the inside. That sort of jellifiedness, nice and springy. They say that 3 sweets is 1 serving. I could probably sit here and eat the whole lot, but I know that wouldn't be the best thing at this point. But yeah, I like it. I like Turkish Delight. I like Greek Delight, Loukoumi. So yeah, really, really nice stuff there. So tell me, have you tried these two products before? Have you tried this brand before? I would love to go to Greece and try out the cuisine that's there, because admittedly I don't know too much about it, but I love experiencing different kinds of food. Have you tried these before? What did you make of them? Let me know in the comments below. If I had to pick a favourite, it would probably be the last one that I tried, because I think with the halva you have to, how can I say this? I think it would be better with other things, and without trying it with other things, you don't know if you like that better. You know, it's very nutty and sweet, but I do like the pleasantness of that rose flavour on its own, you know, because it feels like something on its own. Thanks for watching this edition of Jamie Tries. Please rate, comment and subscribe for more taste testing and product reviews. See you next time. Bye bye for now.